Good morning. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hi, Naz. How you doing? Very good. Thank you for coming. Perfect. Let me just share my screen. Or it seems like a CPI data, retail data come positive. Let's just quickly check the Finviz here. All right. So let's look at the market today. I'm happy that market is moving really well at this point. Um, because in the trending market, um, shorting it is some sort of a riskier adventure given that the market is really trending. It could be the, just a gap, exhaustion gap, and maybe the dip where the investors are waiting to buy because the way the market has moved very nicely in the last few days. Um, so if this moves, so now if we look at it here, so we have a 2 days of consolidation under the 5,900. And if this move up and break the 5,900, and then once the market open, we see the failure, we have a clear risk to reward and in a getter market structure than just going straight short on the bottom of the support. So I'm happy the way it's moved now. So we had the support, we have a consolidation resistance over the 5,900, and so overall, I think this is a better move, whether we are on this trade or not. But I think this is going to give us the opportunity, even if, for instance, so bias is there's no bias. It can be a short, it can be long. So for instance, if this hold the 5,900 and we get the nice consolidation, we can get then another push up all the way to the 6,000 as well. Um, and which is very likely given if you look at the weekly. Um, so if I just zoom in, let me just close this. So if we look little tightly this year. So this is our daily look like. We have a 5903, which is the high of the day before, and then yesterday as well. And if you look at the weekly, see how beautiful it's moving. Uh, and even if you look at the ATR perspective, it's from 5750 to 59. So almost 200 points moved. It can still go and retest 5950 and 6,000 before we find the resistance, but we cannot guess it. What I'm just saying is here, there will be, if we want to draw the scenario one would be to see if the 5,900 is the rejection level comes in. And if the rejections comes in and then we see a lower high, we look for the short opportunities and, this is going to be our profit target, which is the low of the pre-market, given we have a nice range on the ES. Second scenario would it be that it claimed the 5,900 and like yesterday, it just started consolidating in the pre-market and after a open on the New York cash session, and then it's break over 5,930. That could be another scenario. Uh, let's see what plays out, right? I doubt that today was also going to be the coiling or the choppy session within the 30 points range. Today, it might gonna make the decision. It can also happen in the later half of the day that it pullbacks in the first half, reject 5,900, and if we go to the 30 minutes of structure and just remove every color. It is also possible that it can come here, 5810. It can break a little bit and then move back up. So it can retest this uh, because we have a big gap closure. I'm not sure whether it is going to close the full gap here, but definitely it can retest 5810 level uh, in the morning session and then rip back up on afternoon. Hi, Dan. Hi, Waldemar. Hi, Miguel. All right. So the likely be there's a two big scenarios coming in. I personally think that it likely be the rejection of 5900, but we're not going to force this anything. If it's hold the 59 and move back up, then we should respect the market. We shouldn't force the trade of shorting it. But if it's short, then we give a very nice range with a clear risk reward ratio. Any question, guys? No, I'm saying that there will be two scenarios. If it rejects the 59,000 or 5,900, sorry, on the ES, then we look for the short. But if it holds the 5,900 and start moving back up, then we shouldn't forcing any short trades. We look for the long setup if it breaks 5,930. If the price stay within the yesterday range, then there will be no trade because it's a very small 30 points range. They're going to be more chop show. So either ES has to break out or break down. If its breakdown is much better because we have a clear risk reward, and if it's break out, then also we have a clear rejection, which is 5960 or 5950 if you want to say the whole number, 5950, 5960, and then 6000. And today, remember, today is Thursday, right? There's only 2 days remaining in this week. And if you look at the weekly, we already have a 250 points move already. So, today would be the day where you can make the retest and make the new high and then come back down. I would doubt that we're gonna see that big day like this big week like this, but who knows that it can retest 6,000 here today or before the Friday. So, if it breaks or retest 6,000, then essentially we are on the top, right? We are just a few percentage away from making the new high. And let's look at the NQ now. Uh, so the NQ is right now is in the last 2 days of a range, just reclaimed 21,250, and now it is in the range again. And we know that 21,400 is a resistance here. So question is again the same thing, which we're going to ask for the ES, that whether it can reject 21,250 and then come back down and then retest this 20,100 or 21,000, this level, or if we can hold that and break out, right, with the ES help, then we can look for the next setup, which is basically 2,400 to 21,500. But if you look at the weekly, look at it, we are almost close to the highs. Um, and is extended is already parabolic. Um, Usually when the market is trending like this, it is harder to short on the gap down days because there might be always the buyers. But if right now ES overnight session 0.13% down, NQ is still 0.3% down, SPY 0.3, 0.42. So if we get the momentum and retest the prior day close and if we get the shorting somewhere close to the resistance, that would be better than shorting here on the support side. But today is a nice day because of the expansion. We have an expansion into the range, so that is good for intraday trading. We can trade both side, just like yesterday and then the second half of the day before. It was really choppy. It was very, trading in a small range, and trading in the small range is really difficult. At least based on my style, it's really difficult to get the right setups without having a nice range. But today we have a good range in the upside or downside. We can play on the both side, given the market structure allow us to do that. Any question, guys? So NQ is very close to the pre-market high. ES is also very close to the pre-market high and close to the overnight sessions. So if you look at the 5 minutes, it's really moving nicely after the data comes in. So it just retested the prior day close. Let's see what it does here. Um, so if you look at it, it's rejecting right now. And if its rejections comes in, still there are a few seconds left, and we can look for the short opportunity here. Uh, if we get the confirmation and the rejection, and which is we getting it right now. I'm not sure yet. By the time I was connecting it, it dropped a little bit more. If I get the pullback here, then I can consider shorting it. So see here, the very nice rejection on the both side. That's good. Yeah, I was the by the time I was connecting is all I already it dropped. So those who have shorted it, really good short here. See clear rejection on the overnight session prior close. If I get a little bit of a pullback here, I can still consider shorting it. So see, this is on the ES, this is the prior day low, and even on the NQ side, there is a level. So I'm not really keen to show it exactly at this level. If it's now it is retesting from the bottom, and after this pullback, if it fails again, I will short it. So see this bounce. Okay, that's what I was expecting that. That's why I don't want to short. But now if it fails here, then I can short it. Okay, I shorted it with the risk of 58.90, the high of this. Still, s- so so if you look at it on a, this is where if you look, let me just turn it on the 1 minute, you can see clearly. So this was the rejection candle from the bottom, and that's where we shorted. Our risk is on the top of this candle. As far as it is below this level, we are okay, keeping it a short. First target would be the VWAP, which is close to 58.82. Okay, it's moving in a direction. Very nicely moving. Nicely moving. Nicely moving. Very nicely moving. I took the partial on the VWAP drop. Second partial, I will take it close to the break of 58.80. Or if it holds the VWAP, then I will just take another partial as well and close the trade, but it's moving nicely. Bringing the stop loss closer, trailing it now. We might gonna see a little bit bigger drop here, which go back to 58.75. This sign. All right, my trail stopped out, but it was really beautiful trade. How many of you taken with me on this trade? We nailed it in the pre-market session. Yeah, you can still short it, but there is likely be the bounce here. Um, I look for my risk was 2 points. We got 8 points reward. I mean, that is good enough for in the pre-market. But trend has not changed yet. if you look at it here on the 30 minutes, this move, it just pulled back. It came back into the same range. Now, whether this green candle is going to turn into the red candle, I don't know. We still have a 10 minutes, so I don't want to get into in between the chops area, right? Uh, so that's fine. I'll just stop out. I will wait for the next setup. But but yes, it might have a little bit more room. It can go further down as well. So anyone took the trade with us? Dan took it. I think Dan did take a trade. What about other guys? Vivek, Waldemar, Miguel, Ken Degree, no trades yet. Is a perfect risk reward trade. Go ahead. Okay, I mean, it is a really good trade. Usually we don't take it, but it was a good move and it's just the pullback. So, I mean, you can easily call this trade as a mean reversion. So, market move back up, retest the overnight session, prior day close, and then come back into the middle of the range. So my entry was here. When you see this rejection, this is the yesterday, I think this is the day before yesterday low, 58.90. And when we saw the rejection here, look at this candle. So we entered here close to 58.80 and our risk was 58.92. So almost 10. Yeah. Yeah. I was watching the 2 minutes, but I just wanted to show you exactly the rejection so then you can see it. Because see, this was the consolidation before and this was a rejection. And that's why I just changed the time frame just for you guys to show. Let me just move back to the 2 minutes. So it could be two things. So I was looking for a bounce. Okay. So if you look at it here, so you're right. Initially, I was looking for a bounce. Okay. So when is a good point. So here, when the price was here, I said that I'm looking for a bounce. So when I saw that this didn't bounce, but rather it broke this level and it closed it below that. Now, when you see the strong candle closing and breaking the level with increasing volume. So next job is not for you to look at the pullback now. Now next job is to see that whether it can retest and reject the prior level, and that's exactly what it did. So when it rejected it, when it rejected it, then I just entered the short entry. This is got the backside. So what I think Nas even this is also the backside short because we clearly have a rejection here, and this is the level. So if you just short it here, put the limit order here, not waiting for it, then is the front side. But if after this first failure, but what happened, I was wanted to enter here when I saw this rejection, but by the time my data feed was out, so the moment I connected my data feed, the price was already here. So I don't want to chase it then. So I look for next setup, basically the next leg. So just now here, if you look at it, this is another lower high, next setup coming in, right? So if this is a rejection again. So it could easily go up here now if it fails, right? But I don't like it as much as I like it here because this is now in the middle of the range on the 30 minutes and 30 minutes still positive and holding, above the previous 30 minutes. So therefore, I'm not really interested. And we have a VWAP, a lot of consolidation. Market is already in the trending. So that's why I don't like it to re-enter here. But it can very well fail here, but not as good as this edge. because your risk to reward is very low. So yeah, here 5082 is the next bottom. Viva, so you only have a 2 points, profit cushion and close to 2 points risk. So, it doesn't really make sense. Okay. All right, just give me 2 minutes if you don't have any questions. I haven't yet posted my newsletter, so I just need to work on my newsletter. Um, so just give me a few minutes. This 30 minutes strong closed very strong here, above the previous 30 minutes. So watch out if you're still short. Okay, so it's making a bullish move now. Do you see that? So it's holding VWAP and moving averages. It's going long here. So there's a really strong turning long setup here. So if definitely if you have not stopped out yet, not taken a profit, I would take it. Or you can do one thing is that if this breaks, which is 58.90, you can hold it, or for NQ 21,300, as far as is not breaking this, you can keep it, but it seems like a momentum is turning back to upside. But you can still hold it if you wanted to hold it a bit. So how was the yesterday class? Do you like the methodology class yesterday? So would you recommend to others to come and join a methodology class and they're missing out? Yep, perfect. And appreciated you guys are part of this journey and you're learning, improving. That is all matters, right? Results speaks louder than words. Mm. No, this was really a good, testimonial that, you know, that if you look for the right structure, you will not get emotionally, that you need more. As I said, that see, we took the profit here, and I can clearly see is a VWAP. It was green candle, still green. So I was not expecting that this is going to be the whole red candle. So if you have a little bit of context, you can protect your, profit by not getting greedy and respecting the market structure. Absolutely. And I feel like the futures are more predictable. You can easily, as a new beginner, you can easily learn and focus on one instrument, and you do not need to trade every day. As far as you know your setups, you learn it and you just stay within those ranges, focus. As if you can just go back to the YouTube and just give a thumbs up and put some comments there just to create more engagement. Meantime, we are chatting. I'm really impressed. At least one individual, whoever the bot is, this bot is really good, and at least one comment always come from that bot. Doesn't really matter. Someone will do it, or the bot will do it. We need to create some bots for ourselves, so then they just could go and message. Anyway, we will wait for the right setup now. I think I like the way the market is setting up. It's really bullish at this point, but I don't know. I mean, I would like to see a little bit pullback. rejection of 5900, we get one, you know, session of the red, little panic sell. But panic sell never comes in on the strong market gap down days. It comes in the strong market gap up days where people take usually the profit. So, so I'm happy that this is bouncing right now. It's important for this to bounce and go back to the previous day range and then reject 5900. So Tesla is also a small gap down, close to 340 range. Meta close to 650, Nvidia 134. You know, these gaps is nothing. So see again, this is rejected again, this level. But if you look at it, there's a little divergence here this time that for NQ it is above that, for ES it is below that. See, there's a little divergence here. And right now NQ has claimed 21,300, 21,300 level. So it can very well go back up now. And try to always give some breathing room for yourself. What breathing room is that don't um, try to trade after trade, even though I can see this long setup, but I don't want to attempt it. Reason being is that I just had a one successful trade. Uh, and if I just go back in, what if it fails? Then I will lose my previous profit, right? It doesn't mean that uh, when you see something, you also need to trade. You see what I'm saying? Because we already have a one successful trade. You know, you need to come out from that success zone. You know, you don't need to be coming to that feeling that you can trade anything and it's going to work. I can totally see that structure is building it for the upside move, and I was just keep wanting it, but I don't want to take it. You know, you can say you guys can come say, oh, if you can see that, why didn't you take it? The reason being is that I already took one trade, right? uh, I need to wait. I don't want to be in a mind frame where I can flipping my trades after every 5 minutes by looking at the candle, right? You see the difference? What I'm trying to explain to you? I need some validation here. Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? So even if you see, it doesn't mean that you need to take it. It's hard. It's hard to do that. It's not easy, but it will save you from over trading, you know, changing trading biasness after every 2 minutes. I think that's exactly the questions came in yesterday, right? Oh, within the 30 minutes range, can you take a couple of trades? But why you need to take a couple of different trades? Why don't you take the right risk on a first trade and accept risk reward there? What you want to achieve by just keep pressing the buttons. Then are you out or you're still holding it? What What is your entry? What is your entry? What is your entry? Okay, so you basically on got on top, right? So you can risk 5,900 4 point risk. Um, Either you're gonna get the 20 points or but think from so yeah, so but also think from the best risk reward. See, now you need to babysit this trade, right? So always you need to say, okay, I will take some partial when I get this many points, and then I will leave the rest to run. Even if I stop out, then you do not need to babysit, you don't need to worry about it, right? And then you can focus on the next trade. If it's keep grinding and chopping on this area, then you're just gonna be babysitting that trade, and you regretting, oh, I wish I would have taken the profit a little bit. So always take a little bit out and keep a little bit. Okay, make some rules and do consistently. So if you say I'm gonna take half out on this many points, I will keep the half, right? And then it's fine. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. But what I don't want you to uh, hope for the big moves and don't take any profit. Today we have less people. Why? We're coming up with less people. Yeah, once market opens, I don't even look at the screen. Okay. Oh, all right. I think there is a retail data came in. So if you go to Fit, this is a PPI data, core PPI data. So there's some are positive. Their continuous claim number, you know. Yeah. I mean, you know what? I mean, these just sometime these data become really important, right? When people are really watching it, sometimes these data has no value. And I felt like since the market is really trending high, market doesn't really even bother about these data. It's just the normal spike. If you look at it's just that the normal, pullback because market was very tight range, and then now it's pulling back up. That's it. It's still the trend is uptrend. So this data, I don't. It's just the spike. You know, just to scare or trap people or whatever you want to say. But if you look at the structure wise, so see right now, I think this is an important question which I'm going to answer in this way. For instance, uh, 4 weeks ago, okay, four weeks ago, the trend was down. Okay, trend was downtrend. Everybody knows. So what you rely on for big moves is a downside. And for the short side, you take the quick profit because you never know when gonna bounce come in. Similarly, right now, trend is up. Okay. Market is close to making a new high. So trend is up. Right now, no more downtrend. And that's where people make mistake because the new trader is not able to comprehend that 2 weeks or even 1 week makes a significant difference in the trend. So right now, trend is not down. The trend is up. Okay. The trend is up. So within this uptrend, you're gonna find a pocket of downtrend. So when you find a pocket of downtrend, you take the profit at the right level. Don't expect the big move because there is no market news or as such a sentiment which drive the market down. Okay. Therefore, you saw we have a clear bounces, came here at the key level and now started again bouncing. So remember, market is uptrending. What your role is to find the you know micro trend and then trade accordingly. But in any of the situations, don't expect the trend to hold and give you the big move unless the structure breaks either upside or downside, right? At this point, market is in a consolidation phase. We have 4 or 5 days. If you look at the daily trend, if you look at the daily, see how beautifully we are over 5 and 9 EMAs. So really nicely churning up, going up. So there is no risk, there is no sentiments, there's nothing, you know, what's a tailwind or anything, any news which basically disrupt this market. So you're gonna get the micro trends, you're gonna get the pullback. You see, you can buy, you see the extension, you look for the short. This market is no different than the market is uh, if you go into this area or this area. I wouldn't say from November to February, because November to February, what's happening that every time it comes to the resistance and reject very heavily. So I wouldn't say this area. Because you see here, there was right now market is in this area where market is slowly moving up, grinding up, give you a small pullback over 5 and 9, right? Don't expect big moves because market is unless market does the same thing what it did here and start consolidating, and you see again making the lower highs, then you can see, and or you see the break of this structure based on certain news. Otherwise, there's no there's no news in the market. And why this is a US market, right? So uncertainty comes in batches. Always remember. What do you mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, intraday. Yeah. Wow. Okay. They want people. They want they want their young people to do something productive. Not come as a free market. They can do that. If they start doing it, then you won't see the parabolic moves. Because see, if there is no short sellers and there is no intraday traders, who's going to provide the liquidity? We are the one basically lose money to provide liquidity. Essentially, we are buying when nobody wants to buy. We sell when nobody wants to sell. Silly, but yeah, the fact, right? We are the one who basically are best friends of the market makers. So here, see, look at this one. So it rejected again this level, but for NQ we are still above this level. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, you're right, Miguel, that people come closer to 9:30. Hi, Lulu. Hi, Coin Boy. So Lulu, if I ask you where you guys heard about us and other, traders, Coinboy, if you can just type in. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, also okay. You were there. Okay, the time when I was there. Okay. Y- Yeah, that's why I don't post. So I think the based on the terms, so I'm not a moderator anymore with them. Yeah. I think I mean they're they basically our objectives both were different, so we didn't go hand to hand together like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're right. Yeah, yeah. I think you're right. This is their model, right? Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I haven't attended any, and I was recently joined them, so I didn't have that much experience. But I think you rightly said the model is like that. So see, still holding it. NQ is not breaking down. So Lulu, have you read my book yet or not yet? So see, this candle looks really nice. We still have 30 minutes. If this candle closed doji, we can clearly have a nice risk reward trade even at the opening. As far as market breaks 50 at 80 and go below the VWAP. See, NQ is still holding this level, which is 21 to 90. This is strange though, but it is what it is, right? So today we need to trade very patiently. The reason being is that it's a red day. Market is trending. Market has already shown the pullback after 5 a.m., right? And it's continued to showing the upside move. Whether it fails and come back down, then we have only say 58.80 to 58.70. So only 10 points range. If it breaks from here, then we have only 10 points range unless we feel like it's going to break the pre-market low as well. So therefore, we need to be getting a better entries which could be close to 5,900 short entries. Okay, push back up again. Look at this. You see in the last 2 minutes is going to retest on the upside. So again in the same area, 30 seconds left. Good luck, guys. Do you see the any structure here? Who's going to tell me the structure? 30 seconds. Come on. All right, it's too late to open the microphone. All right, good luck, guys. Ding. Yeah. All right, first move up. Rejection. What is it? Coming rejection. Okay. NQ is pulling back a little bit. The level which was holding it before is breaking down now. Now ES is not breaking down. So if ES come below, then we can short it. But now again, the divergence created. NQ tried to break, again couldn't break. Okay, now it's coming down. NQ still holding it. ES is moving back up again. It look like the first move is upside. You know, that's possible. Mm-hmm. Then except what. Anyway, all right, let's focus. All right, let's focus here. Okay. So market is moving. So I think given the structure, I can clearly see the structure. Look at this, the NQ hold that too. Um, yes, and that could happen. That could happen for sure. Or it could just go a little bit above, stop everyone, and then come down. Yeah. We see if we can find a good move all the way to R3, R4, which is close to 59.20, 59.30, we can short there. Again, yeah. Okay, let's watch. Let's watch. Let's see what does. Okay. Again, overnight area rejected. Pre-market high of NQ rejected. Let's see what it does. It's just the, you know, what you call the pretend breakdown. People, taking the shorts and then going back long. Okay. Very nice rejection on the 2 minutes on the ES. If it breaks, we can go long 58.97 with the risk of 5 points, 50.93 small size. Okay. It may squeeze. It can squeeze really hard. Okay, I'm long. Let's take money from Dan. Or will Dan will take money from us? I don't know. Okay, it's going to be a quick scalp, okay? The moment it's breakout, 58, 59.05, go small size because the scalp is rejected. Basically, the moment it break the prior day close overnight session 59.800 and retest 5900. Yeah. Our stop loss would be the 58.92, okay? I don't know, it seems like my account gets stuck again. My data is not. Okay, I stopped out. But why my data is not working here? I can't see. Let me just disconnect. Do you guys having a problem with the data? My ninja, no, my ninja is having a problem. My- Okay, so it's maybe my data. Mine doesn't have a. This is working fine. You can use the same thing, but I never traded uh, futures on DAS because Think and Swim doesn't allow you futures. But what broker do you have? IBKR allows it only. Yes, Think or Swim doesn't allow. Yeah, DAS is going. Okay, so see, it's still holding it uh this level. So if it's break again over the highs, we can try one more time. It can really getting ready for squeeze. I don't know what, but I still having the problem in the Ninja. Uh, should I disconnect and reconnect? Let me just restart. There's still no trade, still consolidating. See, and it will go, but the point is that when so NQ is still holding this 21290, and it's ideal. What is ideal for shorting it right now is that if the ES move little further away, and then you can short at this level above the VWAP, above the key levels. Unless we find the right structure, it's going to be harder for us to short because it can easily squeeze us. It seems I'm getting sounds now for my connection. Okay, now I'm getting data back. Okay, my data is back here. I was not sure what was happening. See, so this good two rejections coming in on 30 minutes. Okay, let's see what happens next. Again, see this held this level to one. Yeah, yep, it holding too many things. Yep, yep, still waiting, still waiting. Wix is going up today. Look, yeah, yeah, absolutely. If you look at it now, we have a clear opening ranges here. Still holding it. Still not interested in going short now. We're only going to short if this area breaks and we get the retest from the bottom for shorting it. Uh, Otherwise, we cannot trust this. Still waiting, waiting. Okay, it seems like a breakout is coming. It's almost 15 minutes, 10 points consolidation. Look at the ES. ES looks good. If we get the breakout on this range, we can take the opening range breakout trade. But this time we want them to break out. Not yet. Okay, it's make a lower high now. If it's the reject because of the rejection, this is high, this is low. Let's see how does the candle end. This rejection may means that we can get the breakdown this time. If this minute would be right now, if it's closed red, and if it's create in a close as a doji, then likely be the breakout. Okay, it's closing red. Yeah, it's still holding. So now I think we have a clear risk. We can go short under 58.90 on the back test. We now see if we have a clear high and low. So, you know, this time this is tried to break down, fail. This time try to break out, fail. Now it's coming down. So this time it's break down again. If then we can go short under 58.90. But we need to look for the right risk reward. Okay, NQ is breaking down as well. So watch it. Let's see, it's still 8 seconds to close. Okay, breakdown happen. I'm not entered yet. Not yet. I'm not yet in the trade. Just wait this 5 minute to close. Um, I'm not chasing it. It was a big, quick move. Not chasing it. Okay, I'm gonna go short under 58.86 with the risk of 58.90. Okay, short. Man, what happened? Didn't allow me to short again. My order rejected again. What's happening here? Okay, now I just got filled. There's some issues with me. I don't know. Didn't like it the way they reclaim the VWAP. Come on, push down now. Seems to be the market had just stopped. Not moving at all. That's not good when we in the trade. Come on, don't spike. Come on. It looks good. It's pushing down. We just need to break 50 at 85. There's a 200 moving average. And also the closing tail of the May 13th. Okay, it's likely going to break down now. Is it holding? I mean, it seems like, come on, break down 58 85. Okay, seems like a squeeze. It's going to squeeze us. Come on, don't squeeze us. Okay, again, the good rejection, but it's really a nice, look at this, how it's consolidating. It seems like a closing is gonna stop us out. Look at this. Oh, I'm stopped. Look at this squeeze. That was my apprehension. Was it that shorting it at the bottom? It could not be the good idea. And if you look at it here, it's exactly broke down, came back down, spike up now. Uh, we'll try one more short attempt if it's give us a spike here somewhere, because this is right now is a very narrow range. We already have close to two small red trades, so we'll be careful for the third trade. I mean, it's perfectly good trade. Only which was my initial apprehension was uh, that these short trades in the uptrending market, never gonna work on the downside. You need a little bit up move before you short it. Let's see how does it work here. So So if you look at it here, this is higher low setup. So this is rejection, this is rejection, this is rejection. If this rejection comes in, we can enter below this level, which is 58.92. If this rejection comes in, and this time we won't wait it if it fails here. If you have the first two red trade, just go small size. Just wait. Let it break 58.90. Let's wait 58.90 to break. Market still wait the 58.90. 58.90 could be a nice short as I put the line here. You see that this is the why yesterday low. NQ is also holding yesterday low. Seems like going to break out now. I'm not taking entry yet. I'm just going to wait for the right structure to come in. So if you look at it here, rejection, rejection, two rejections, right? Here also rejection, but this is very tiny range being created here. And one other thing, if you note here, which is, see, this is still the green and above the VWAP, and NQ show sign of early weakness is red and below the VWAP. This is still in the opening range, so no trade unless it breaks the ranges. NQ is very close to breaking the range. I think this 30 minutes we need to wait to close, only 1 minute remaining. There might be a direction coming in after 10 o'clock. So NQ shows the early sign of weakness, but still above the opening range. Look at this candle now, it's getting doji on the NQ, 30 minutes, reclaiming the VWAP. If it fails here at 10 o'clock, it could be a very nice short trade. 10 o'clock, let's see, does it break or fail? If it fails, could be a very nice short trade here. If it's shorted, if it's reject here, we can go below 58.94 with the risk of high of the day, which is 5 points. If it rejects here, so far it seems like it wanted to reject, but it's still holding it. But if it moves back up and squeeze, let it squeeze, and we're gonna wait for the next trade to come in. So it's still bullish trend, bullish. It's breaking out. So I'm still waiting. Yep. So this move is really good. Market is moving up. Okay. What happened next then? Let's see. 59.05 YY close. So see what we're discussing about, if somebody short now when it spiked to the 5905 without waiting for the next candle, that's called the front side short. You're looking at the level, then you're just shorting it without the structure. I'm still waiting to see the what happens, how this candle closes. This is just the 5900. It's trying to hold the 5900 ES. NQ never able to break the opening range. So high is 5906. If it fails here, 5900, let's look for more confirmation. Let's not short it here. I think, uh, did you guys hear me? Because felt like I was mute. But did you hear what I was saying? Yeah, I was talking last few minutes. Okay, all right. Okay, I was just saying that, see, the NQ is failing, but at the same time, ES is holding the prior day close, this blue line. So unless we see price coming below that, don't want to short, but it looks very tempting to short at this point. So I just want a little bit more confirmation before we short, because we already have red trade in our bucket. So we don't want to take trade just to cover up our risk. We're gonna find the trade, but if you look at, see, this is holding, so there might be a one more leg up on the upside at this point. Yeah, if and this looks NQ looks more promising. If ES hold this and NQ break over 21,340, we have a risk clearly of the 20 points only here, and it could be very nice trade on the upside, because NQ haven't yet closed the gap, but ES has already closed the gap on the futures. So let's see what it does. Okay, this leg looks promising if it's hold this. So this looks very promising now. Okay, so we're gonna look for the short opportunities now. It's look very promising. So it's still in the middle of the range. So nothing, don't worry about, oh, this is a big move. It's still within the range. Okay, if the range is going to break, we're gonna find a lot of opportunities. So I'm looking for the break under the VWAP, which is basically under 58.90. But at this point, still in the range candles. So even though it dropped, but it dropped and came back into the range. So, no significance. But if its range breaks here, 58.90 range, then could be very interesting. So now ES is going into the very important territory. It's basically is called a double break. So it broke once, fail, broke twice, fail. Now let's see what happens next. So third break is going to be more successful breaks. So we can even enter short here if it breaks 58.90. If it breaks, if it breaking, no man, like it's choppy session. I mean, I hate it. Again, another choppy session here. Come on, fail it. Okay, watch the failure of 58.90. Look at these candles, 30 minutes is really choppy. Don't force this trade, okay? Still within the range. Hmm. Don't like this session. Look at this choppiness. Still watching the 58.90 only. I'm not gonna force the trade. Look at these 30 minutes candles. Look at this choppiness. Unless we're gonna get the clean breakdown, then the only way we can trade it. If as far as within the range, we shouldn't be trading it. And this is a perfect day to watch that concept I taught you yesterday. Look at the tick. Tick is within minus 200 to plus 200 range. It's mean that very choppy range. Look at the tick, and you're gonna see clearly that you can avoid those ranges even if by just looking at one of the instrument which I taught you yesterday. Did you guys see that? Any one of you were observing tick today? Okay. Watch out. If it's gonna break 58.90, you're gonna likely gonna see the tick breakdown as well. But any one of you watching tick? I Do you guys hear me, or I'm just talking to myself? Okay, again rejected overnight, but still within the range. Still within the range. I'm not trading it if it's in the range. I want this range to break. Very choppy session. Extremely disappointed session today. What do you guys think about this session? Come on, turn on the microphone, guys. So see, this is very important. So, even though we had a one bad trade, right, but then we didn't, you know, uh, overblown, and then we have basically, blow our account, because the point is that you need to understand and identify those choppiness very quickly, so then you don't, retrying again and again on the same time. You see what I'm saying? And one of the thing which I was teaching you yesterday, you can easily see here. Uh, Look at the tick. Minus 200 plus 200. This clearly shows that the choppiness of the session. Any one of you used today before I again pointed out? Yeah, yeah. All right. So try learning. See, so those who are not at the methodology class, you see, these are the tools which are going to help you to stop you from blowing your accounts, right? But as a trader, you might not know, or not, you are not using it. So it's always best, come and join a methodology class, where you can really learn those items, those concepts, and which will save you money, right? So trading is easy apparently looking from outside, just click, but these are the sessions which are killer sessions, which gonna blow your account. You're not gonna know, but in this sessions, three stop outs, and if you're not managing risk rightly, you are going to have minus 2,000, minus $3,000, if you have $300 even risk, only four attempt, because in these type of sessions will always get you minus 2 hours, because the way choppiness it is. Look at this, how badly it is moving from one direction to the other. If you feel like, oh, this is shorting here, you short here and then squeeze up. I mean, you thought it's going long here, the before you take the partial, it came back down. And you can easily pick from this tool, which is called the tick. So with this range, it's really showing that the market doesn't have any momentum. And if you don't want to see those ticks, you can still see the 30 minutes chart. When we were watching it, we look at these tails. We were still in the first 30 minutes candle. This 30 minutes was still above the VWAP. So if the if little higher frame is still above the VWAP, there is no point of shorting it. And we know it's already gapping down under the prior day low. So there is no point of even going long. But I really hope that this session would have saved at least your 3 to 6 bad trades. And I'm getting really, really tired now. And this is third day of the choppiness continues. What you guys have? Do you guys have anything to say that today trading with me help you from some of the bad trades would you would have taken if you were trading alone? Exactly. See, that is really important. See, there's always a concept that when you lose in a small cup, right? But when you win in bucket, right? That's always we say, right? Why? If you have a right tool and right mentor, help you to guide and identify those choppy, trends or choppy days. And if you avoid them, so there will be a 22 trading days. There'll likely be 20% days like that. Okay. There's never gonna be there may be a month where no more or less, but usually the 20% of the days are like that. So if you avoid them with very small red days, and then you make money when a big trend days comes in, easy money, and you protect on those 20%, and you still if you take another 20% days where you have 1 hour loss, you're still going to be very profitable at the end. But if you look at everything mathematically, logically, and prepare, but if you're going to force trade every day today, one after one other, you're likely gonna you're not gonna be surviving, right? So when market doesn't we when we don't understand market, what market is trying to do, when market doesn't know what market wants to do, then just leave the market alone. What you do when your girlfriend get upset without reason, right? Buy the gift? No, don't buy the gift. Okay. Buy the gift means I do more trades. No, don't move, just leave her alone for a while, right? Oh, I hope this analogy makes sense. How was your guys everyone else session? John, Dan, Kendry, Lulu, Coinboy. So we have 5 more minutes. I think I'm gonna close the session. This is just another worse session of the choppiness. It might get better in afternoon, but or it might be just coil, you know. And I'm really getting tired of watching these sessions, last few days. Anything you would like to say? Yeah, Lulu is typing. John, you can type as well if you don't have a Microsoft access. Ken Degree, you can also type. Coinboy. I like to interact, so I understand your pain points, so then I can help you more. But if you're not gonna talk, you're not gonna interact, you're not gonna engage, then I wouldn't know what's your pain points are. Because remember, this is the only trading channel which is with the live trading with the mentoring, which allow you to talk and ask question real time, and we analyze. The way I analyze, I just don't keep it with me, just say, oh, buy, sell. I basically explain each and every idea and concept, which which is basically help you become independent. And I bet you that if you can consistently come for at least for the next 3 months, 6 months, you're gonna see a remarkable difference. You're gonna be the different person. Exactly, Lulu. So if you if you have a problem of getting hyperactive, just clicking, making money, trade. I mean, this is not a session. This is not the place for you. The right place is for someone who really serious taking career as a trading, really want to improve, identify the situations at their own, being independent in the next 1 year. This is a perfect place for you to start. So again, market make the high. This is a lower high. This is low, and what we all waiting for is that the market to make the low, which is not making it, right? And now if you look at the tick has just broke and it came down minus 300. The question is that can it come down further? Because now there's only 2 minutes left, and another 30 minutes of session is going to over, and market is still indecisive. Market doesn't know what market wants to do. So maybe 10:30 would be the time period where things started go in the trend fashion. So keep an eye on tech concept, and then look at the chart and see that when they break together, that could be the place where we can go short, right? 1 minute remaining, market is now coming down, high, lower high. This may be the candle. If it's ends below this, which is the opening range, and then retest, or even doesn't retest, just close here, you go short with the risk of this candle. So 5 point risk, and then you can trade it. It seems to me that 10:30 is coming, market might gonna take the direction. And now slowly ticks are coming down. So it means that market is really going towards the bearishness. So 30 more seconds. Let's see what it does next after 10:30. Okay, does it gonna break down, break out? Can it? Can it? No, tick went back up again. Okay, market is coming, and Q is failing. Let's see, still the ranges are not broke. Ranges are still there. Here you go, tick went back up again. Market is still above the opening ranges, which doesn't, we can't trade those ranges. We need a solid break. See, NQ is below the VWAP and moving averages, but ES is basically holding. Yeah, we can wait 1 more minute. If it happens, it happens. If not, if this time it bounce back up, move back up, then I will just, close the session. So right now we see divergence. Tick Q is coming down and tick is going up. So likely maybe the NQ is weak. NQ weakness may bring the ES down as well, or ES strength will take the NQ back up. I don't know. It could be anything. Usually in all other situations, ES is basically wins. Okay, I'm gonna try short here. Taking longer to break. Come on, break. Don't pull back now again. Okay, likely we are going to be successful this time. Tick broke. Market is breaking down. Come on, and come on, ES break the range. It seems like a tug of war. NQS already broke the range. ES was not able to break the range. Can somebody blow the whistle? Look at this. Seriously. Come on, go. Yeah, it's nothing S3. It's just that nobody wants to take the initiative to sell off. So once the sell off begins, then you're gonna see there will be no stop unless it's going to. So I'm only see NQ is already down. The ticks are coming down. So this is the only thing which I really liked about it. We just want the one candle to go close. Here you go. Come on, retest and come down. Just don't push now. Come on, just don't push. Oh man, this is the bad thing. Go on. Retest, come down. Come down. Don't claim it back. The worst thing it could be is reclaim. It's reclaiming now. Come on. If it's break 58.92 on the upside, I'm going to stop out. I'm not going to take the risk. I mean, it still have a chance because it never really, it's just a spike. It's still the all the below the all the moving averages. Come on, it's still yeah, it's still tiring. I mean, it doesn't really go up and down here. Um, you can still again see here. Look at the candles forming up, down, up, down. My loss is 5992. I'm taking a very small trade here because if this going to move is going to give you a big return. So take the small trade. Again, tick is going into the positive direction. But the only thing which is really liking it, the NQ is really down now. It's just the ES, basically what counts is ES, and ES is not breaking down. The question is until when? Come on, man, just give us a one move. It's, uh, it's not like anytime somebody, the ES is trying to go down and somebody knocked the door and just come back. Yeah, I think this spike, I think, is going to stop me out. Still only few small ticks are remaining. Yeah, I'm out. This is just an ugly, ugly, ugly day. Had a very good chance of this breaking down, but no, no, doesn't want to break down. It's just it's just the opening range. I mean, it's still in the range. You know what I mean? Hmm. They're flipping the book. Yeah. All right. Anyway, this is Tesla is breaking down. Uh, I don't know why market is not moving it. Nvidia is breaking down. What happened to Tesla? Anyway, I think that's better that we should end here. Um, this last trade just turned me the break even. Last trade was my option trade, so I'm basically uh, positive on the futures and then negative on the options. So break even. Yep. But I love it that you guys are protected, patient, and uh, not blowing your accounts on this weird market. All right. Thank you so much for you guys. I would really appreciate, if you can share, like our YouTube channel, and if you know your friends who can join us, promote that channel so we can grow as a group and learn together. See you tomorrow.